we finish this week or you need extra classes to complete the syllabus? What I'm asking.
Let us see.
Okay. Thank you.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapadakkamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunadanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahit Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So welcome for all of you for today's session. So to Nectar of Devotion. So today we are going to discuss in this Nectar of Devotion, chapter number 15. So Raganuga Bhakti, that is the topic today we are going to discuss. Spontaneous devotional service. So Raganuga actually this is not Raganuga Bhakti, it is Ragatmika Bhakti. I'm sorry. Spontaneous devotional service means Ragatmika Bhakti. So today we are going to discuss Ragatmika Bhakti, and the next chapter is Raganuga Bhakti. Ragatmika Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti. There are the big differences are there. Okay. We are going to discuss first Ragatmika Bhakti, later Raganuga Bhakti. If you all remember, at the time of discussion, Sadhana Bhakti, Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, what was said to all of you? What is the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti? At that time, I also said the Raganuga Bhakti. Can anyone remember what is the meaning? What is the Raga Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti and Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti? Like this Sadhana Bhakti is two types. So, what is the difference between these two? What is Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti? What is the meaning of Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti? If you all know.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Can I try?
Hare Krishna.
Yes. Your question is, what is Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti? Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. It's devotional service based on regulative principles. So it's not spontaneous. And Raganuga Bhakti is based on more on spontaneous feeling of devotional service. And Prabhu, I may ask if I request you if you can. I don't know whether you have before. Maybe you have the difference between Raganuga and Ragatmika.
I'm not asking Raganuga and Ragatmika. I'm asking what is Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti.
Okay, so Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti is based on the regulative principles. It's devotional service performed based on regulative principles.
Did I say like that?
I can only remember that.
Yes, Sarvani. Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti is there is no ruchi. It's more to faith. Faith in the Shastras and also the Guru. And also it follows the regulative principles, whereas the 24/7 doing with the following regulative principles. I mean the faith.
Your voice is not clear. Hello.
Can you hear me, Prabhu? Raganuga is there is ruchi. So one does devotional service following the Vrajavasis.
Okay, but Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, what you said?
Faith on the Shastras. On the strength of the Shastras, faith on the strength.
Based on?
The strength of Shastras and Guru.
Means
Doing it 24/7, following the rules and regulation by having faith in the strength of the Shastras. And
wait, strength, what is that? Clearly, it's not clear actually. Strength, you are saying what?
Strength and faith on the Shastric injunctions, Prabhu.
Based upon the Shastric injunctions. What I said actually, Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti means based upon the Shastric injunctions. On the strength of the Shastric injunctions, he is getting the impetus to do the bhakti. I gave 2 examples. I gave example and like a children, how I explain to a child, a small child, I explained like that with giving the examples. Anyone remember that example? For Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti and Ragan Sadhana Bhakti, I gave example. Simple example. Even examples also you are not able to remember, you people. Who?
And like you gave example of a child going to school. That one is that the father makes the child go to school, but the child doesn't have the taste to go to school. He just follows the father's instruction to go to school. And the next time is that the child goes to school because he likes to go to school. He has the taste for it.
So which boy is example for the vaidhi?
The first example.
Very good.
Krishna.
Thank you. Nice. At least someone answered. That is the difference. Vaidhi means like order, because Shastra is ordering everyone to do bhakti. So he has faith on the Shastras. So, and Shastra is ordering to do bhakti. Based upon that order, he is doing the bhakti. Like father is ordering this boy, you should go. He doesn't have any taste to go to school, but he is having respect for the father, and father is ordering, hey, you should go to the school. Similarly, he has faith on the scriptures. Scriptures are saying you should do bhakti. So that's why he is doing bhakti. This is vaidhi sadhana. And how he is doing that? As descriptions of the Shastra. The way Shastra asked to do worship, in the same way he is doing. That means following the rules and regulations given by Shastra. You should cover two things. What is the impetus to do that, and how to do that? In the case of Raganuga Bhakti, what is the impetus? Ruchi is the impetus, not the order of the some Shastra. And I explained this for the half an hour, more than 1 hour. Whole class once again revised. Okay, so next, in the case of the Raganuga Bhakti, yes. In the case of the Raganuga Bhakti, what happens? So they are having the taste to do the bhakti. But how they do? Impetus is taste. And how they follow Vrajavasis. Vrajavasis are also known as Ragatmika Bhaktas. You should understand the words. Vrajavasis are Raga Bhaktas or Ragatmika Bhaktas. Vrajavasis are Ragatmika Bhaktas. So that's why they follow those Vrajavasis. These sadhakas follow those Vrajavasis. So how the Vrajavasis serve the Krishna the same way, these sadhakas also serve. So since they are following the Ragatmika Bhaktas, this bhakti is known as Raganuga Bhakti. Okay. What is the problem actually in the society? So many times repeating, but no, not only here, in every place. Society is going down day by day actually. Utterly it is in the ignorance. Going day by day down. And it's very difficult to lift the society consciousness. Sarvani Mataji and they said, but what is that? That feel should be there. That just in the notebook, some bits and pieces reading out. No, that clear explanation, presentation should come from the heart with clear understanding. Anyway, you have to finish 15 and 16, possibly 17. How they perform. Okay, how they perform? They follow the Vrajavasis. They follow Vrajavasis. So, Vrajavasis are Ragatmika Bhaktas. And since they are following the Ragatmika Bhaktas, so these are known as Raganuga Bhaktas. Anuga means following. Let us discuss our book. Examples of spontaneous devotional service can be easily seen in the Krishna's direct associates in Vrindavan. The spontaneous dealings of the residents of Vrindavan in relationship with Krishna are called Raga. You correct it. It's not Raganu. It is Ragatmika. There is a mistake in this book. The spontaneous dealings of the residents of Vrindavan in relationship with Krishna are called what? Are called the Ragatmika. Whoever is following Ragatmika, they are known as Raganuga. Vrajavasis are not Raganuga Bhaktas. They are already Siddha Bhaktas. They are not Sadhakas. They are Siddhas. So that means they are not Raganugas, but they are Ragatmika. In your book, correct it. It's Ragatmika. You should write here. These beings don't have to learn anything about devotional service. They are already perfect in all regulative principles and have achieved the spontaneous loving service of the Supreme Personality of God. For example, the cowherd boys who are playing with Krishna don't have to learn by austerities or penances or yoga. Practice how to play with him. They have passed all tests of regulative principles in their previous lives. And as a result, they are now elevated to the position of direct association with Krishna as his dear friends. Their spontaneous attitude is called, once again change it, Ragatmika. Ragatmika. विराजन्तीमभिव्यक्तम् व्रजवासी जनादिषु रागात्मिकानुसृता या सा रागानुगोच्यते रागानुगा विवेकार्थम् आदौ रागात्मिकोच्यते रागानुगा रागानुगा विवेकार्थम् आदौ रागात्मिकोच्यते इष्टे स्वारसिकी रागः परमाविष्टता भवेत् तन्मय्या भवेत् भक्तिः सात्रा रागात्मिकोदिता सा कामरूपा सम्बन्धरूपा च इति भवेत् द्विधा द्विधा Okay. Raganuga Vivekartham Adu Ragatmika Bhakti. Ragatmika Bhakti, why it is being described? What I told? This chapter name. This is 15th chapter name in bracket, you write it. If you want. Like brackets, you should write what you should write. Like this. Oh. Raga Mika Bhakti. This chapter name is like, it should be like this. It is Ragatmika Bhakti. Why it is being explained? To understand Raganuga Bhakti, first of all, you should know Ragatmika Bhakti. Okay? That is the main, that is the purpose. So that's why here also should change it. Ragatmika. Here also should change it. Ragatmika Bhakti. Do it without any hesitation. So now Ragatmika Bhakti will be explained to you first in the 15th chapter. Then after that you will be explained with the Raganuga Bhakti. Without understanding Ragatmika Bhakti, you cannot understand Raganuga. Because Raganuga is nothing but what? Following the Ragatmika Bhakti only. So following Ragatmika Bhakti is known as Raganuga Bhakti. So following the Raganuga Bhaktas, so doing Bhakti is known as Raganuga Bhakti. That's the reason. Srila Rupa Goswami has defined Raganuga Bhakti as spontaneous attraction for some time or something while completely absorbed in the thought things with an intense desire of devotional service executed with such feelings of spontaneous love is called Raganuga Bhakti. Devotional service under the heading of Raganuga can be further divided into everywhere you change in this chapter. This is also Ragatmika Bhakti. Change it. In pencil, you should write it pencil. This is also Ragatmika Bhakti. Devotional service under the heading of Ragatmika Bhakti. Ragatmika, like this. Like this you should write Ragatmika. So here also you should write Ragatmika. Okay. Can we further divide into two categories? This Ragatmika Bhakti is two types. Not two categories it is have. Ragatmika Bhakti is having the two categories. What is that? Those are all Kama. Kama Rupa, Sambandha Rupa. Ragatmika Bhakti is two types. Kama Rupa, Sambandha Rupa. Kama Rupa and Sambandha Rupa. Okay? These two types. Kama Rupa, Sambandha Rupa. Kama Rupa means sensual attraction. Prabhupada translating Kama Rupa as sensual attraction. And Sambandha Rupa he is translating as relationship. Okay. In this connection, there is a statement by Narada Muni to Yudhishthira in the 7th canto, 1st chapter, verse number 30. What Narada Muni is saying to Yudhishthira? My dear king, there are many devotees who first become attracted to the personality of God for purposes of sense gratification. From being envious of him, out of fear of him, or from desiring to associate affectionately with him. Ultimately, these attractions become freed from all material contamination, and gradually the worshipper develops spiritual love and achieves that ultimate goal of life desired by the pure devotee. So, when Krishna is entering into the courtyard of the fighting battlefield, not battlefield, it's a fighting arena, it comes up. So, when he is entering into that, that's a wrestling field. So, Mallu Yuddha. Krishna, when he is entering, beautiful girls are seeing him and they have sensual attraction. Not to do sex with him means they want to serve by surrendering everything to him. It's a love, it's not the lust. So, okay. Lust is there in the Kubja. In the same Mathura, there is one woman. So Kubja was having the lust actually. But these young girls, gopis or otherwise, Mathura was a beautiful woman, young woman. So they don't have any lust, but they have lust means what? Let me have to sex with him and you get the pleasure. So in the material world, boy and girl, everyone try to look for their own happiness by having sexual intercourse. This is lust actually. So this is not at all a pleasure actually. But in the love, what happens in the spiritual worlds? Gopis what? Wow, that means let me have Krishna. So do sex with me and I can enjoy. They'll think like that. So cheaply? No. So whatever is the way Krishna will become happy, let me be used by. They have even a tinge of, they don't know tinge of so desire for their pleasure. Even they don't have even a single tinge. But in this material world, everyone is motivated by their own pleasure, enjoyment. Let me enjoy. Everyone enjoy. What do you enjoy? Already it's enjoyed. This chewed one. You want to chew the chewed one once again. By chewing the chewed one, what you will get? You'll get nothing. Same way, there is no enjoyment here. Because Jivatma doesn't know. So which is covered by the avidya. That Jivatma doesn't know. So what is the real enjoyment? Real enjoyment means so serving completely, fully surrendering to the Krishna. Full, complete surrender to the Krishna. So and serving for his pleasure. This is secret of secret. So lust prevails when there is selfishness. In this material world, without selfishness, there is no point of pleasure. So there is no point of any endeavor. So then why you are endeavoring then? Every endeavor is motivated with this selfishness. Even someone is serving a country because he is seeing that this country is nothing but the expansion of this expanded actually bodily relationship. This body is identifying himself as body, and this body took birth in this land. That's why this land is also is feeling so precious, great. And that's why all the people also belongs to him, he feels. And ultimately, he is serving them only to please his ego, his false ego. That his body, his country, that feeling is being gratified. So that's why it is lust nature. This material world, everything is lust. Even the big politicians, big socialist, big moralist, all are lusty guys because they are working on the expanded selfishness. Otherwise, nothing. So their self they keep in the center. But in the spiritual world, there is no point of selfishness. Only Krishna consciousness. So what is that? Everything is meant for Krishna's pleasure. Everything. And because he is the real master, he is only the master. Nobody is the master here or there. Everywhere he is only the master. Everything should be for his pleasure. Everything. So that's why if someone thinks Krishna, by serving Krishna, I will become happy. So I want to be enjoying. I should enjoy. By serving Krishna is also lust. It's not love. So one should not think like that. I'll serve Krishna, so I will be happy. For neophytes, we may say, but in the advanced state, no. Not my pleasure. Who am I actually? Only Krishna. Krishna should be happy. Should not think for our pleasure. No. If someone think for his, then he is a selfish guy. So like this, when the young girls see the Krishna, they all feeling such a way. Let me offer all this body and let him enjoy, get him pleasure, extreme pleasure. So offering the everything for a woman, offering everything. The most precious thing is for a woman is her wealth is what? Her chastity. So she offering that to some man means she's giving everything. Nowadays, such a foolishness, rascaldom is going on in the society. Woman doesn't know chastity means what. They are not at all caring for it. And they are cheaply treating them. They are simply losing that for anyone else. Like a dog. Dog doesn't care for her chastity. Simply, whenever an opportunity comes, he'll go and stand in front of some other male dog. That's all. So let him do whatever it is. And he'll be happy, she'll be happy. This is the dog mentality is coming in the society. Mostly in India. It's rapidly spreading. The society, young girls, previously they are very much strict. Nowadays this is going on. It's a very unfortunate situation. These young girls, gopis, they want to give their real, for woman is, that is the most precious thing. She never want to lose that for anyone, for in front of anyone. Only for that person. So who is going to take care her for whole life? So whole life. And who is going to provide and who is going to keep her in his head, on his head, and take care like that. And to him, she is going to give that. That is the family life. So family life means it should be. There should be strong values should be maintained. Not like a dog. For 5 days, I will be staying with him, and after 5 months, another dog. After 5 months, another dog. This dog mentality is going on in the society. Changing the husbands, changing the wives. No. Once you are married means that's whole life. They are there for each other. That is the marriage. Otherwise, that's not a marriage. Just a self-gratification, bonus. So this kind of society is increasing where cheap self-gratification is keep on given more importance. No dharma. So some others they are seeing Krishna as like a wrestler, powerful man. Some are seeing like a small boy, and they are feeling that let him come and let me feed my breast milk. Like that, they are getting the motherly affection. Some are feeling, oh, my friend came. Let me play with him. So, like this, various people are feeling various ways. So, that means some are feeling sensual attraction, means kama rupa. That means they want to serve Krishna. Why? Conjugal love. The extreme conjugal love. The final expression of the love is conjugal love. Everything giving to Krishna. All the senses are being engaged for the pleasure of Krishna. All the bodily senses, everything. So let him enjoy everything. This is the highest expression. So that's the Kama Rupa Bhakti. And some are so feeling like a child, some are feeling like friend, and some are feeling like boss, master. These three are the Sambandha. Okay. Gopis may be considered to be example of spontaneous love in sensual attraction. So gopis are young girls. Krishna is a young boy. So until unless who doesn't read the 9 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam, they cannot understand so easily what is Krishna. Otherwise, now Krishna means our material mind think as like some man, some ordinary man, and we try to impose our materialistic rules and regulations on him. Why he is enjoying? Why he is only the enjoyer? Because these are all because of our ignorance, and we are fully ignorant, and we are not knowing the Krishna and thinking that thinking that we are yes. Next. Similarly, King Kamsa was attracted to Krishna because of fear. Kamsa was always fearful of Krishna because he had been foretold that his sister's son Krishna would kill him. Shishpala was also envious of Krishna. Like this, different people. But here, simple thing is you should not worry too much. The main point is Kamarupa means conjugal love. Sambandharupa means parental love, friendship. Third one is servant. Servant and master relationship. Servitorship. Servitorship. Like this we have so gradation. The attraction of gopis for Krishna and affection of the members of Yadu dynasty, both accepted as spontaneous as Raga. You should correct here everywhere as Raga. This is also Raga. They are not Raganuga sadhakas. They are already mature. They are Ragatmikas. The attraction of devotional service should be executed only in favorable of frame of mind. So actually the what else is Ishpala and Kamsa, We are always thinking Krishna, but that is not Bhakti. But already we said Bhakti means Anukulyana Krishna Anusena. There is no Anukulata. That's why they are not devotees. Even if they think about Krishna all the time. If it is on the platform of friendship, then it is spontaneous love. Next, there may be some difficulty in understanding that both the gopis and Kamsa achieved the same goal. So this point should be clearly understood because the attitudes of Kamsa and Shishupala were different from that of gopis. Although in all cases, the focus is one supreme personality in God, and all of the devotees are elevated to spiritual world. What is said in that sloka? So all these gopis, Kamsas, and Shishupala, they are also, some are out of enviousness, they are remembering Krishna. Some are out of fear, Kamsa is thinking about Krishna. Gopis out of conjugal love, they are thinking. So all they achieved this spiritual goal, same spiritual goal. Means what? All they delivered from this material world to the spiritual world. But it doesn't mean that they are all getting the same rasa, no. That is difference is there. So that is being said here. All of the devotees are elevated to the spiritual world. There is no doubt. There is still a distinction between these two classes of souls. So there is a distinction is there. Gopis and Kamsa and Shishupala are not same level. There is a difference is there. So what is that? In the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that the absolute truth is one and that he is manifested as impersonal Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. He is spiritually distinction. Okay. So devotees like Kamsa or Shishupala could attain only to the Brahman effulgence. That means Kamsa and Shishupala, they are entering into the body of Lord. They are getting the only liberation. They are only getting the liberation. They are not getting the Krishna Prem. No. But gopis are getting the Krishna Prem. That is what Prabhupada is making here. Any analogy can be given with the sun globe and sunshine. To remain in sunshine doesn't mean one has gone to the sun globe. So Prabhupada is saying they are all merged into the effulgence of Krishna. He is Krishna. And there is effulgence from him. They all merged into effulgence of Krishna. That means they are getting the liberation. Who comes and Shishupala? Means Kamsa and Shishupala also, yes, getting the Krishna. In what form? In the form of Brahman, they are realized. But what about the gopis? They have intimate loving relationship with the Krishna. And they are always with Krishna. So someone is living in, someone staying in the sunshine, it doesn't mean that he is in the sun globe. That's the point for this saying here. So generally, those who are impersonalist and inimical to Supreme Personality of Godhead get entrance only to the impersonal Brahman. These Shishupala and Kamsas, they are only getting impersonal Brahman realization. So, but getting impersonal Brahman realization also we say that they are also getting the absolute truth only. Because in the first canto of second chapter we are saying Swadanti tat tattvavidas tattvames gnanamadvayam Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Satyate. That means whatever that Bhagavan, Brahman and Paramatma all are same only. The same way. So there we are saying same. In that sense, here also said that gopis and all these gopis and also Kamsa and Shishupal all get the same thing. Same thing means the way how the Brahman Paramatma, Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Shabdyate. The one absolute truth is known as so Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. In the same way, so here also we are seeing. So in that sense, it is said as one. So since there is Brahman and Paramatma and Bhagavan, they are not three different objects, it's only one object. But still there is the inferiority is there. Getting Brahman realization is not equal to the getting the Bhagavan realization. But we say they attain the same thing. It means that is absolute truth only. So one absolute truth only in a different ways there. Okay. Sometimes an impersonalist may gradually elevate himself to the personal conception of the Lord. Bhagavad Gita confirms this. For many persons, does he who is actually in knowledge surrender unto him. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapat. Next. In the Brahmanda Purana, it is stated, those who have achieved liberation from material contamination, those who are demons and are killed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, become absorbed in the Brahman concept of life and reside in the spiritual sky of Brahmajyoti. That spiritual sky is far beyond the material sky. So Brahman realization means merging into the effulgence of the Supreme Lord. And Gopis means they are going to the spiritual planet of the Krishna and they are so serving there. So like that, there is a big difference. In the 10th canto, 88th, 7th chapter, verse 23. Srimad Bhagavatam, the Vedas, personified address to the Lord in this way. My dear Lord, yogis meditate upon you, your localized feature, and thus they achieve the spiritual perfection of being merged in the impersonal Brahmajyoti. Persons, that means if someone get the Brahman realization means he is also getting the absolute truth only. And someone get the Bhagavan realization is also getting the absolute truth. Because Bhagavan and Brahman all are absolute truth. But in that way, they are getting absolute truth, you can say. So man is getting Brahman realization. Brahman realization and getting the Brahman realization means is also absolute truth. It is also absolute truth only. So in that sense, you can say Jnani is getting the absolute truth. Bhakta is also getting absolute truth. Yogi is also getting the absolute truth. So all are getting absolute truth. So point is like this. Jnanis, they are also they are getting what? Brahman. Yogis, they are getting what? Paramatma. Bhaktas, Bhagavan. So all are getting the absolute truth. Brahman is also absolute truth only. Paramatma is nothing but absolute truth only. One is also nothing but absolute. So all are getting what? Jnanis, yogis, bhaktas, all these three upasakas, worshippers, getting absolute truth or not? Brahman is absolute truth or not? Yes. Paramatma is absolute truth or not? Yes. Bhagavan is absolute truth or not? Yes. So in this way, they are all getting absolute truth. You can say or not? They are all getting absolute truth. Yes. So like this, you can say all are getting absolute truth. So like that, Kamsa and Shishupala. And gopis. So these also getting the absolute truth. These also getting absolute. So in this way, even if one thinks Krishna out of fear, like Kamsa, also getting the absolute truth. And like Sisupala, out of enviousness, think about Krishna. Think always Krishna. He is also getting absolute truth. The gopis, out of this spontaneous conjugal love, they are always thinking Krishna and they are also getting the absolute truth. So, one sense we can say, Kamsa, Sisupala, whatever way you think, somehow or other you think Krishna, you will get. Krishna is absolute truth. You will get that absolute truth. Does it mean that they are getting the same pleasure and same status? No. So, Kamsa and Sisupala are getting absolute truth in the form of what? In the form of Brahman they are getting. And gopis, they are getting absolute truth in the form of what? In the form of Bhagavan. The form of Bhagavan. So because of this, and who is so getting absolute truth in the form of Bhagavan is easier. It's very fortunate. So in this way, so one sense we are saying the sloka is said that so they are getting the same, but actually you have to see like this. Same means in the form of absolute truth they are all getting same. So but actually there is a difference. That is the main summary you should understand that. So here important point. The lusty attitude of the gopis doesn't refer to any sort of sex indulgence. So Rupa explains that this lusty desire refers to the devotee's particularly attitude of association with Krishna. Krishna. So it's attitude of association with Krishna. Just they want to meet Krishna physically. So every devotee is perfectional stage as spontaneous attraction to the Lord. This attraction is sometimes called as the lusty desire of the devotee. So sometimes you can say kama. Kama means lust. Gopis devotion is what? Kama rupa ragatmika. Kama means lust. It's wording only lust, but actually by the words it is looking like lust. Actually it is what? It's a purely love only. But whose mood is lusty towards Krishna? That's being said. The lust is the devotee's excessive desire to serve the Lord. The lust is what? Is the peak stage of the service to the Lord. But lust means what we are saying here? Here you should take lust as what? Love only. This lust all you should consider as love only. The gopis, they have lusty desire means they don't have any desire for their own sense gratification. So that's why it is love only. But why we call them as that they have lusty desire? only to show that if you say they have to represent conjugal love. To represent conjugal love, lusty word is used. That doesn't mean that they are having selfish motivation to enjoy Krishna's body. No. Now in the material world, woman wants to enjoy the male, and male wants to enjoy the woman's body, and woman wants to enjoy the male body. So this is lust actually. So, but gopis, they also have their lusty desires. It doesn't mean that they have self-interest, no. But why still they call it as lusty desire? Only to show that conjugal. It's not like just even Arjuna also is having the love. So and gopis also having the love. If you simply say both of the cases, Mother Yashoda also is having the love. If you say all are having the love, same. Then how to differentiate conjugal love? So that's why here lusty desires gopis is used to that sake. The lust is the devotee's excessive, an extremeness of the our serving mood is known as lust. Such a desire may seem to be desire for enjoying the love, but actually the endeavor is to serve the Lord in that capacity. For example, a devotee may be desiring to associate with the personality of God as his God friend. He will want to serve Lord by assisting in controlling the cows and the pastures. This may appear to be a desire to enjoy the company of the Lord, but actually it is spontaneous. Kubja is having the listed. Next. This extreme desire to serve, that means Kama Rupa wares. It means Ragatmika Bhakti is two types. Ragatmika Bhakti is two types. So out of this two, which type of Bhakti? So Raganuga Bhakta, especially Gaudiya Vaishnava Raganuga Bhakta, so which type of Ragatmika Bhakti should follow? This is a Sambandha Rupa, and this is Kama Rupa. Sambandha Rupa and Kama Rupa. Among these two Ragatmika Bhaktis, under Sambandha Rupa, there are three subcategories. So, of course, so a Ragatmika Bhakta, Raganuga Bhakta of Gaudiya Vaishnava is interested in which kind of Ragatmika Bhakta? Whom they will follow? They will follow Kama Rupa Bhaktas. Who are the Kama Rupa Bhaktas? Are the Manjaris, Gopis. So we follow Kama Rupa Bhaktas. We follow Manjaris. We follow Gopis. And we don't want to become Yasoda Maya. Are the assistants of the Yasoda Maya in Manjari? Anyone? Or otherwise, we don't want to become friends of Krishna. We want to get the extreme, you want to give the extreme service. Extreme service is what? Conjugal love. Kamarupa. Conjugal love. Our Rupa Goswami is also Kamarupa. So, we should follow him, Rupa Anugas. And Rupa Goswami follows what? Kamarupa Bhakti. So that's why we follow Rupa Goswami. And we are Kamanuga Bhaktas. Okay. Kamanuga The author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kaviraj Krishnadasa, has explained the distinction between lusty desire and a service attitude in this statement. Lusty desire refers to desire to gratify one's personal senses, that is lust. And the transcendental desire refers to the desire for serving the senses of Lord. If you want to serve the Lord, then it is love. And then lusty means so on. In this whole world, everyone is trying to gratify their own senses. They identify first of all as themselves as body, and they want to gratify that. So they want to enjoy that body by feeding, by touching like that, by making the skin to feel smooth. What is the meaning of touching woman? Is nothing but skin pleasure. Just rub your body to the another body, to the skin pleasure. So this pleasure, and he is identifying himself as body, and he is thinking that the skin pleasure is that his pleasure. But he is different from that skin. And he forgot who is he. And he is identifying himself as skin and rubbing his skin with another skin. And then that is known as pleasure. This whole society is running like this. Very unfortunate situation. But actually, on top of this, so devotee means they are all the time they engage in everything of the for the pleasure of Krishna's senses. This is known as love, devotion. Great devotees, up to the standard of Uddhava, very dear friends of the Lord, and they desire to follow the footsteps of Him. So the gopis' love for Krishna is certainly not material lusty desire. So because great devotees are following gopis, if they have lust for the Krishna, how the great devotees can follow them? Means they don't have any lust, but that is love. Only when the word lust is used, so kama rupa, lust, kama means lust, only to make us to sense the conjugal love. After accepting the sannyasa, Adapla, he was very, very strict about avoiding association with women. But still he. So, okay, Uddhava case is being said here. How could Uddhava aspire to follow in the another instance for himself? Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya himself, after accepting the sannyasa, he was very, very strict about avoiding association with women. But still he taught that there is no better method of worshipping Krishna than the conceived and that conceived by the gopis. Thus the gopis' method of worshipping the Lord as if impelled by the lusty desire was praised very highly even by Sri Chaitanya. This very fact means that although the attraction of the gopis for the Krishna appears to be lusty, it is not in the least bit material. Unless one is fully situated in the transcendental position, the relationship of The gopis with Krishna is very difficult to understand. But because it appears to be just like ordinary dealings of young boys and girls, it is sometimes misinterpreted to be like the ordinary sex of material world. This material. Unfortunately, persons who cannot understand transcendental nature of love affairs of gopis and Krishna take it for granted that Krishna's love affairs with the gopis are mundane interactions. Therefore, they sometimes indulge in painting licentious pictures in some modernistic style. Yeah, many people they don't understand. So Krishna and gopis loving relationship, right? But some lusty guys. So what they do? They will be just sitting around the so unfortunately persons who cannot understand the transcendental nature of loving affairs of gopis and Krishna, what they do? So take it for granted that Krishna's love affairs and the gopis are mundane transactions. Therefore, they sometimes indulge in painting licentious pictures in some modernistic style. So we can see Krishna and gopis in the different big temples also in South India. So but mundane people they don't understand Krishna Tattva and Gopi Tattva. Simply they think they are also ordinary boy and girl. And based upon those different bhangimas, postures, they will be just making the paintings and selling to the people. So that is their thing they are grasping actually from the Krishna's temples. On the other hand, the lusty desire of puja is described by learned scholars as being almost prestigious. Puja was a hunchback. Hunchback means backside she was having this much big one, some bump type. And because of that, she cannot straightly walk. She became like this. Woman who also wanted Krishna with great ecstatic love. But her desire for Krishna was almost mundane. And so her love cannot be accepted to the love of the gopis. So that's a Kubja's love is she has sense gratification. She wants to gratify her senses. So that is the lust. And that's not the Kamarupa Bhakti. But gopis is the Kamarupa Bhakti. So it's a Kama Praya. That means almost okay. Kamarupa bol sakte hain aisa. You may say it's a Kamarupa, but actually it's not Kamarupa, it's almost. That means Kubja's case is lust. It's not the like gopis Kamarupa. That's the main point you should grasp it. And let us go to the next chapter. 16th. Now from here onwards, we are going to discuss Raganuga. So, in the attitude of the denizens of Vrindavan, such as Nanda Maharaj and Mother Yashoda, is to be found the ideal transcendental concept being the father and mother of Krishna, the original person of God. Actually, no one can become the father or mother of Krishna. But the devotee's possessions of such transcendental feelings is called love of Krishna in parental relationship. The Vrishnis, Krishna's relatives at Dwaraka, also felt like that. So spontaneous love of Krishna in the parental relationship is found both among. So here what? This point is being explained. Ragatmika Bhakti is two types, Kamarupa and Sambandharupa. Kamarupa means sensual attraction, Prabhupada is translating. Sensual attraction, this is. And next one is what? Sambandharupa. Sambandharupa is three types, na? Parental. So that you'll be seeing here. Relationship. Parental relationship like Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. And friendship and servitorship. So now we are seeing in the 16th chapter, Sambandharupa means relationship. Sambandharupa is also known as relationship. We subcategorize this relationship or Sambandharupa into three. Parental. So next, friendship. Third one is servitorship. Like these three. But our goal is only the topmost one. Sensual attraction. That means Kamarupa only. But for the sake of learning, we should learn. So now, Sambandha Rupa we are discussing. There is nothing but it is written as here. Relationship. This, in this what? There are three are there. Subcategories. Parental, friendship and servitorship. Under the Sambandha Rupa. So not much is discussed. Okay. This also should go to previous chapter only. This much. This much should go to previous chapter. All these are all Ragatmika Bhakti only. These are all Ragatmika Bhakti only. So, by here, by this here, Ragatmika Bhakti is over. Now, why we discussed Ragatmika Bhakti? To understand the Raganuga Bhakti. To understand Raganuga Bhakti, one should know Ragatmika Bhakti. Raganuga Bhakti is nothing but following the Ragatmika Bhakti. So, what is meaning of Ragatmika Bhakti? We understood now. Ragatmika Bhakti is two types. Kamarupa and Sambandharupa. Kamarupa is Gopis. Sambandharupa is Yashoda Maya. And so, for the servant friendship, Arjuna, or otherwise Uddhav, or otherwise, friendship Subal in Vrindavan. So, we should see only in Vrindavan. So, with the Yashodanand, that's Subal. And servant, or otherwise Madhumangal, they're all friends. So, like this, among these friends, someone are like Dasya Bhavas. So, in this way, so we have seen so Ragatmika Bhakti. Now, what is the so Raganuga Bhakti? That is our desired goal. We have to study Raganuga Bhakti. So that is beginning from here, from this place. persons desiring to follow in the footsteps of eternal devotees of the Lord, as the Vrishnis and Vrindavan denizens are called Raganuga devotees. Here now you understand. Here it is clear. Persons desiring to follow in the footsteps of eternal devotees. That means Golokvasis. So Vrishnis and Vrindavan denizens. That means Vrajivasis. So whoever is desiring to follow. So following what? Vrindavan denizens. Then that devotees are known as what? Raganuga devotees. And what about then these devotees who Vrindavan denizens? They are all Ragatmika devotees. And whoever is following the Ragatmika devotee is known as Raganuga devotee. Okay? Is it clear? Is it clear? I am speaking a little slowly because throat is paining. Doesn't mean that I am not giving stress. If I give stress, my throat will be out. Okay? Everyone is following denizens of Malaysia. Denizens of Vrindavan is known as Vrajivasis. Malaysia citizens are known as what? Like Indians, Malaysians. They are known as Malaysians. Okay. It's not so important. We are all not Malaysians. So we want to become followers of Ragatmika Bhaktas. Raganuga. Not now immediately. First we should do vaidhi Bhakti. When we reach to the stage of Ruchi, then we'll do Raganuga. Next, we must, you do in the previous chapter, wherever I said to change the Raganuga, change the Raganuga into Ragatmika. In this chapter, there is no need to change. Should be there. These Raganuga devotees don't follow the regulated principles. Point is, Raganuga devotees whom they follow? They follow Vrajivasis. Like how the Vrajivasis they feed to Krishna. The same way they also feed. How the Vrajivasis they feed Krishna. It's like Krishna is walking. In Vrindavan there are small houses, but very beautiful and very nice. Not with concrete and so asuric. With the local materials and very nicely built. And with the jewel, with the monies, jewels, gems, they'll mix all these and they'll make the house. It looks so opulent. They're the big precious stones. You cannot value it also. All are transcendental. Chinmaya. So with that, there are transcendental Chinmaya monies. So with those monies, they mix into the mud, and that mud is also there is transcendental. It's a living. Let's have the living consciousness. So with that they will make a small huts. When Krishna is walking in that road, all, hey Krishna, come. So then in their house, they prepare nice kachodis, let us think, or rasgulla. Come. And they call, and yes, they keep Krishna to sit in their lap. Mothers, so small boy, like small 6 years, 7 years old boy, is walking on the roads. This is playing with all boys and going there. Hearing the running. Hey, come. And they catch him and they take into their house. And they'll keep in their laps and they in the plate. So they'll bring and they'll keep in their mouth with their own hands. This is the way Bhoga offering is done in Vrindavan. But in Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, Om Pavitro Va Sarvavastam Gato Piva Esmarai Pundarikaksham Sahabhavyantara Sucho Sri Vishnu. Like that. We have to first purify ourselves by studying the mantra. All the mantras will be recited to purify the land, to purify the dravya, then make the asana, then do the avahan, then after that, achaman, padyam, argyam, like this. So here there is no padyam and argyam. Why? In Raganuga Bhakti, what is the they feeding themselves. Krishna is not taking with his hands. So he just standing and they make them to sit in their lap and put in his mouth. Krishna also doesn't need to wash his hands. Okay? For washing hands, Krishna, they don't need to give any water. Their own hand. If you ask them, Krishna, to wash your hands and come to my house and then only you can take, then Krishna will say, I don't come to your house. I don't want to come to your house and I'm going. Because he will never follow all this. He is in the mood of playing with his friends. And mother wants to feed. Then what he will do? So he is very much interested in playing. He is running there. So that's why. So but you want to feed. You have to make him to sit. So in the asana, if you ask formalities, no, he never liked all this. In Vrindavan, this is Raganuga Bhakti, Ragatmika Bhakti, and same way you also do. Sadhaka does, then he is known as Raganuga Bhakti. So the difference is Ragatmika and Raganuga. Ragatmika is perfected, final, Siddha. Siddha means perfected one. The Sadhaka is known as Raganu. Siddha is known as Ragatmika. So this is the way they serve in Vrindavan. There are no rules and regulations there. They are always so as per what? As per the Pancharatra systems. So in the Raganuga Bhakti, as per Narada Pancharatra, the Vaidhanas, Agam, Shastras. So they don't follow rules and regulations given by these Shastras, so Agama Shastras, for worshipping them. Just spontaneously they this is known as Raganuga Bhakti. So you must also remember, however, that such eagerness to follow in the footsteps of denizens of Raja is not possible unless one is freed from material contamination. It means one should come out from the anantari. So, and at least come to the stage of Ruchi. Then only you should start follow the denizens of Raja. Otherwise, no. Okay. But in the contamination state, no. For all of us, vaidhi bhakti is needed. We should do vaidhi bhakti. Which means that the disappearance of all material contamination. Sometimes someone is found imitating such devotional love, but factually he is not freed from anarthas or unwanted habits. It has been seen that a so-called devotee proclaims himself the follower of Nanda and so. These are all nonsense. Without at least reaching to the anartha following so Ragatmika Bhaktas is not reading. So that means before that one should follow vaidhi sadhana. But some pure souls are there. So that's why they may follow Raganuga Bhakti from the beginning. Because they have such an intense taste for following the Krishna. But in our case, especially in our case, so we are not having any spontaneous love naturally from the beginning. We started following Krishna based upon the strength of the Shastric injunctions. So now we should not jump prematurely to Raganuga Bhakti. We should cross over the stage of Anandini reach the Nishta. Then after crossing the Nishta, we come to the stage of Ruchi. From there onwards, we can practice Raganuga. No, I have no taste. Then taste means 24 hours it should be, not that for half an hour. But we don't have that. That's why we should do the first Anandini. Then our taste will come out. Then onwards, you can follow Raganuga. Before that, we should not do Raganuga. Sometimes someone is found imitating such devotional love, but factually he is not freed from anarthas. Okay, it has been seen that a so-called devotee proclaims himself a follower of Nanda, Yashoda, and Gopis, while at the same time his abominable attraction for mundane sex life is visible. Such a manifestation of divine love is mere imitation and has no value. When one is actually spontaneously attracted to the loving principles of the gopis, there will be found no trace of any mundane contamination in his character. So, main point is, unless we have material attraction, we should not jump to the Raganuga. Therefore, in the beginning, everyone should strictly follow regulative principles of devotional service according to the injunctions of the scriptures and the spiritual master. Only after the stage of liberation from material contamination, that means anartha nivritti, as per to follow the footsteps of the devotees or Brahman. At least Prabhupada is saying liberation from the material contamination is mostly possible in Ruchi stage. Ado Sadha Sadhu Sangha Bhajana Kriya Ananta Nivritti Nishta Ruchi. So it is said by Srila Rupa Goswami, when one is actually liberated, from material contamination, he can always remember an eternal devotee in Vrindavan in order to love Krishna in the same capacity. And developing such an attitude, one will always live in Vrindavan, even within his mind. So, to do Raganuga Bhakti, you should be in Vrindavan. But you may say, I am not able to stay in Vrindavan now because of certain reasons. Or the certain, that means many things can be the reason. So then how to do Raganuga Bhakti if I am in another place than Vrindavan? So that's why one can reside in Vrindavan mentally. A devotee who is actually advanced in Krishna consciousness, is constantly engaged in devotional service, should not manifest himself even though he has attained perfection. The idea is that he should always continue to act as a neophyte as long as his middle body is there. So, but people they say, so that means Prabhupada is saying, even if you are so much advanced and you are acting in Raganuga platform, but you will be externally following all the time vaidhi sadhana bhakti rules and regulations. And like neophyte. Like a neophyte. And also better to follow the varnashram dharma also. Then it will be, looks like we are following. So, actually my camera is off because charging is not finished. I think I will put another. My point is, so here the main point is, people should not, advanced people, okay, let me show in my diagram. This is diagram, and when you reach the stage of Viruchi, from here onwards, you can start practicing the Raganuga Bhakti. But Raganuga Bhakti means you should stay in Vrindavan. So that means you should leave every place, everything, and should go to Vrindavan. No. Our movement is preaching movement. So you should do Raganuga Bhakti 24 hours. By your consciousness, you are consciously you are staying in the Vrindavan and following the someone, that means some gopi. Because we are Kamarupas. Kamanu Bhakti only we do. So Kamanu Bhakti only we do. That's why. And we will be practicing that mentally, but externally we will be showing the vaidhi sadhana bhakti. That's the point Prabhupada is saying here. Prabhupada is saying a devotee who is actually advanced in Krishna consciousness, who is constantly engaged in devotional service, should not manifest himself, even though he is attained perfection. The idea is that he should always continue to act as neophyte, viewed as long as his material body is there. Activities in devotional service and the regular principles must be followed even by the pure devotee. But when he realizes his actual position with relationship, he can. Second. So he should be acting like a neophyte. He should be acting like a neophyte. Even he's more advanced. He's in the Raganuga Bhakti also, he will exhibit himself as a vaidhi. So that's important. In this connection, we should also careful about the so-called Siddha Pranali. Siddha Pranali process is followed by class of men who are not very authorized. So, and who have manufactured their own way of motion science. They imagine that they have become associate of the Lord simply by thinking of themselves like Siddha Pranali is one of the invention. What it there means. So they imagine now they became perfect like Gopi or like some Gopika, some Manjari or some Gopa like that, and after that, so this external behavior, externally they show actually. Even males also, Purushas, they will dress like Gopi. They don't wear the dhoti. Now they are Gopis. Everything act like Gopis. But Prabhupada, what he is saying, even you are advanced, you realize yourself as Gopi also. You should wear dhoti kurta and show to the whole world as you are being simply a beginner sadhaka. And also, better even if you show you are following the dharma, varna, dharma, daiva varna. Not that means leaving everything and staying in only Vrindavan. Maybe. So in the ashram system, that's why our sannyasis, they are all siddhas, but still they will be acting like a simply sannyasi. According to our diagram, where they are hero, they are exhibiting like that, out externally. But internally they might be here, somewhere, anywhere here, somewhere on this. So like this. Siddha Pranali is such a method, manufactured method. The so-called Siddha Pranali process is followed by Prakrit Sahaji. That means they wear as like gopis, and also they make someone as a Krishna, and they are all gopis, and they are all doing the rasa with that. Males, he is also male, Gopa. These are also gopis, also gopas, male, and they dance. They dress like some are gopis and one as Krishna. This was a pseudo sect of so-called Vaishnavas. The opinion of Rupa Goswami, such activities are simply disturbance for the standard way of devotion. The Rupa Goswami says that learned acharyas recommended that we follow the regulative principles even after development of spontaneous love. So this is very important state. Even if you reach to the stage of the ruchi and you are doing the Raganuga Bhakti, but still you should follow the rules and regulative principles of the vaidhi sadhana Bhakti. That is recommendation of Rupa Goswami, Prabhupada is writing. According to the regulative principles, there are 9 departmental activities as described. What is that? So one should specifically engage himself in the type of devotional service for which he has natural aptitude. For example, a person may have particular interest in hearing. This what are the 9? Shravanam, Kirtan, Smaranam, Parasevan, Archan, Varnam, Dasa, Sakyam, Happy. So he will be doing all the time these only. Anyone as per his aptitude, interest. So, but internally he has advanced stages in the Raganuga. Now, Kamanuga and so Kamanuga, Raganuga Bhakti we are going to see. So Kamanuga Raganuga Bhakti means simple actually. So Kamarupa Bhakti, Kamarupa Ragatmika Bhakti. So whoever follows Kamarupa Ragatmika Bhaktas, Sadhaka, so Sadhaka follows Kamarupa Ragatmika Bhakta, then his bhakti, then the sadhaka is doing what kind of bhakti? Kamanuga Raganuga. So if you follow Sambandharupa Bhakti, then this is known as Sambandhanuga. Sambandhanuga Raganuga Bhakti. This is Kamanuga Raganuga Bhakti. Following the Kamarupa Bhakti is known as the Bhakti which follows the Kamarupa Bhakti, that is Kamanuga. If you follow the Sambandharupa, then that is known as Sambandhanuga. Like this too. Now we are going to discuss this one. So this one we are going to do. Conjugal love. Devotional service following in the footsteps of Gopis of Vrindavan or kings at Dwarika is called devotional service in conjugal love. When devotee Gopis Bhakti is what? Gopis Bhakti is Kamarupa, na? Kamarupa Ragatmika Bhakti. If you follow them, then that is known as Kamanuga. Kamanuga Raganuga. You are a sadhaka, and they are all siddhas. And here there is a conjugal love is there in the Dwarika also. But following the Dwarika woman, they are also having the love conjugal love. But that conjugal love, if you follow the Dwarika women's, how they serve the Krishna, if they serve like that, can it be the Raganu Bhakti? That cannot be Raganu Bhakti. One is indirect conjugal love, the other direct. The devotional service in conjugal love can be divided into categories. So here, this conjugal love, that means who does conjugal love? Gopis or otherwise Dwarika. But we don't have any interest in Dwarika women's conjugal love. And we are interested in the Gopis conjugal love. And this conjugal love is two types. Once again, Gopis, they are directly participating with Krishna. If you take this Krishna, and here Gopi is directly involved with Krishna in that conjugal love. And some are indirectly involved in the conjugal love with Krishna. Who are the Manjaris? Manjaris also have the conjugal love with Krishna. Directly, no. Krishna never touch Manjari. He cannot put his hand on Manjari. They are all young girls. So that's why he cannot put his hand on them. He always, so with the gopis only. But Manjaris, they don't have direct experience with Krishna, but they always assist gopis too. So that gopis should have conjugal love with Krishna. So because of this, they get the pleasure, Manjaris. And Manjaris are happy with that. Okay. Means in that playing pastime, in that pastime, so uniting pastime, Manjaris, they don't never unite with Krishna. In that Rasalila, they don't unite with Lord. So only gopis unite with Lord. But Manjaris just assist, make the arrangements, making the kunja, decorating kunja, and cleaning, and make it soft, and putting all the necessary things, and so that Krishna can happily unite with that gopi. But Manjaris, they do arrangements, and they just so have pleasure of the, so from the distance only. So this, who is getting more pleasure? Gopi or the Manjari? Manjaris are getting more pleasure than the gopis. And Krishna is getting more pleasure of the gopi. So like woman and male and female, if they have sex, who has more pleasure? Male or female? Female has the pleasure. Yes, that is true. Not male. Male is, so then the female get the more pleasure. And female, yes. And whoever is discussing this, and that will personally get more pleasure. So they play pastimes. So similarly, Manjaris are making arrangements and they are far, and they get the more pleasure than the gopis. So that's why the pleasure of the Manjaris is far higher pleasure than even than the Krishna also. So they are indirect actually. Manjaris, indirectly involved. So one is direct, one is indirect conjugal love, the other direct. In both these categories, one has to follow particular group. So that's why these Kamanuga Bhaktas. So if you follow Kamarupa Bhakta, then you are known as Kamanuga Bhakta. Sadhaka. So Kamarupa Bhaktas now here two types. Kamarupa. So what are those two types? One is Gopis. Second is Manjaris. So they are direct and these are indirect. And you may follow Gopis or you may follow Manjaris. But whom will you follow? we follow Manjaris. We all. So when we do the Raganuga Bhakti, whom we follow? We follow Manjaris, Rupa Manjari we follow. Rupa Manjari is our leader. In our Kunj. So Rupa Manjari's gopis, they directly involved in this, but Manjaris, they don't involve directly. This development of conjugal love can be possible only with those who are already engaged in following regulative principles of devotion science, specifically in the worship of Radha Krishna in the temple. So that's why, until unless one should properly read the Aradhya, he cannot come to the stage of following the religions. Okay, that is done. Next, after spontaneous attraction becomes highly developed, a devotee is placed in either of the above mentioned. This development of conjugal love for Krishna is not manifested in woman only. The material body has nothing to do with it. So don't think that this Manjari following, oh, I'm male, how I can follow Manjari and I can become a student of Manjari. We are all energy of the Lord and we are all there. So to assist because we are all energy. Energy means female. And energetic is the male. Only one Purusha, that is Krishna. And we are all being energy. We have to be enjoyed by him. So this is the thing you should remember. So next, how a devotee in the form of a man can desire to become gopi is stated in Padma Purana. How a man can become a gopi? You can see in days gone, why there were many sages in Dandakaranya. There is a story actually. Dandakaranya is the name of the forest where Lord Ramchandra lived after being vanished by his father for 14 years. At that time, there were many advanced sages who were captivated by the beauty of Lord Ramchandra and who desired to become women in order to embrace the Lord. Later on, these sages appeared in Gokul Vrindavan when Krishna admitted himself there, and they were born as gopis. So these all rishis in Dandakaranya who desired to have embraced the Lord, they became gopis in Vrindavan in the next yuga, in the Dwapara Yuga. These gopis are known as Rishichara gopis. When Krishna appeared, at that time they also appeared in the wombs of Vrajavasis in the form of a girl, gopi. And Krishna fulfilled there. So, and these gopis followed in Vrindavan already there are the advanced gopis, Nityasiddha gopis. And these Rishichara gopis followed the Nityasiddha gopis. In their association, they learned how to love. So like that, these Rishichara gopis also became perfected. So this is the way. So Lord Ramchandra remained silent. This is a whole story. You can read. Conjugal love is divided into two classifications, namely conjugal love as husband and wife, conjugal love as lover and wife. So the another classifications. One is direct and indirect. This is like husband and wife and without husband and wife, lover and love, beloved. So sorry, this one is husband and wife. That is there in the Dwarika. and another is lover and beloved, is in the Vrindavan. Which is the highest one? So, lover and beloved. Vrindavan Vara. Conjugal love is more so sweet. Because in the Dwarika, Aishwarya Bhava is mixed with that. Husband and wife, rules and regulations, formalities will be there to meet each other also. But in the beloved and lover, no. So that's why the more intensity of the love you can see in the Vrindavan. Okay. Great sages in Mahakurma Purana it said that great sages who were the sons of the fire gods rigidly followed the regulative principles in their desire to have conjugal love for Krishna. As such, in their next lives, they were able to associate the Lord, the origin of all creation, who is known as possible Lord. Anyway, next one. Okay, this paragraph is there. Parenthood or friendship. So now, if you come to our diagram, let us see. Here in this diagram, so Kamarupa Bhakti, if someone follow, then it is known as Kamanuga Raganuga. And there is a chance. So Sambandha Rupa Bhaktas also there, na? Sambandha Rupa Bhaktas. And if someone follow Sambandha Rupa Bhaktas, and then that is known as Sambandhanuga Raganuga. And this Sambandha Rupa Bhakti is how many types? It is 3 types. Na? So this is 3 types: parental, friendship, and servitorship. So someone may follow parental means who are the example? Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maya. And friendship Subal. And servant Sudama is, I think, servant. Sudama is friend or servant. So, I'm not exactly remembering. So there are some in the Vraja, there are some are there who can act as a servant actually. So like this, if you follow Nanda Maharaj, then what kind of Sambandhanugaraganu Bhakti it is? Parental. Parental Sambandhanugaraganu Bhakti. So those beings explained here. So let us see quickly. Devotees who are attracted to Krishna as parents or as friends should follow in the footsteps of Nanda Maharaj or Subal respectively. Subala. Sudama is the, I think, servitor only. Sudama is, hey, don't disturb. So Sudama, so is the Subala is a friend and servitor is a Sudama. Nanda Maharaj is the foster father of Krishna. And out of all of his friends of Krishna, Subala is the most intimate in Rajabhumi. Subala is the friend. So, in the development of becoming either a father or, that means you want to, why you are following them? Because you want to be like a Nanda Maharaj in perfection. So, like a parent or like a friend. So, that's why you are started following. And then you will become like them. That is a siddhi you get like that. That means you perfection. Siddhi means your perfection. One method is that one may try to become the father of the Lord directly. And the other is that one may follow Nanda Maharaj and cherish the ideal of being Krishna's father. Out of these two, the attempt to directly become a father of Krishna is not recommended. But the development can become polluted with Mayavadi. So Mayavadi philosophy. So you should not directly become the father. So you should follow actually. Okay. So the Mayavadis are the monoists think that they themselves are Krishna. But if one thinks that he himself has become Nanda Maharaj, then his parental love will become contaminated with the so that means you cannot become Nanda Maharaj. You can get the parental love, that's all. Means you can become servant of the Nanda Maharaj, and so that you can serve Krishna as a father. But replacing Nanda Maharaj is not at all possible. Replacing Subala is not at all possible. No, you cannot become someone already eternally existing character, posts, or positions. You cannot become Radharani. You cannot become Lalita Sakhi or Vishakha. So you cannot become Ashtasakhi. No, it's not possible. It's like Mayavadi philosophy, if you want to be like. That's Prabhupada is saying here. You can, that means what? Like just a parent. In the Skanda Purana, there is a story of an old man residing in Hastinapura, capital of the kingdom of the Pandus, who desired Krishna as his beloved son. This old man was instructed by Narada to follow in the footsteps of Nanda Maharaj. So that's why we have to just become like, so like Putana became this parental, like Dai, that means nurse. So she is going to assist the Yashoda Maya and she will make Krishna to bathe. So like that parental love she can. Like you can become the colleagues of the Yashoda Maya. If you follow Yashoda Maya, you cannot become Yashoda Maya, but you will become so her associates, and so that you can also get the opportunity to serve Krishna like a mother. But nobody can replace those posts. Okay. So then finally, there is a statement in the Narayana Vihustava prayers that persons who are always engaged in thinking of the law as their husband, friend, father, or well-wishers are always worshipable by everyone. So the spontaneous love for Krishna can be developed by the special mercy of Krishna or his pure devotee. So that's why we need the special mercy. That means this Raganuga, how you can become? You cannot become just now like that. Now today onwards I want to become Raganuga. No. This process of devotional service is sometimes called Pushti Marga. That means Raganubhakta's natural taste, how it is. That means in our case, since we are not Raganubhaktas, we are already clear because we don't have natural taste and we have to have the danda. That means Shastra is instructing, that's why we are doing it. So that's why in our case, when we reach the stage of the Ruchi, then we will start doing the Raganubhakta. But some are, I said, so from naturally they don't need to come to the stage of this and that. So they are from the beginning itself, they are following the Raganubhakti from here itself. So that is possible only because of in previously they have some kind of mercy or something. So pure devotees. That's why they are doing. Okay. So and another, this process of devotional service is sometimes called Pushti Marga. So Pushti means nourishing and Marga means path. Such a development of sentiment nourishes devotional service to the highest standard. Thus, it is called the path of nourishment or Pushti Marga. The Vallabha Sampradaya, which belongs to the Vishnu Swami sect of Vaishnava religion, worship Krishna in this Pushti Marga. Generally, devotees in Gujarat, so What is the push? Raganubhakti is also known as Pushti Marga, and it's followed by Vallabhacharya Sampradaya. Okay. So some just little information this is. Okay. Any questions here? Maybe much is not there. Is it clear? Yeah, Ham Krishna Prabhu. Go ahead.
Prabhuji, I still don't really have a clear idea of when it's mentioned that we cannot be like Nanda Maharaj, thinking that himself has now is a father role. So what's the difference? You see that let's say if one has reached the stage of Ruchi, and then he wants to go to to follow the footsteps
Nanda
of
Maharaj.
like Nanda Maharaj.
Yes,
So
yes.
he will be thinking of taking care of him or or walking with him or playing
Yes,
with
yes.
him. So
Yes, yes.
so what's the difference between to be Nanda Maharaj and to be thinking of the role played by Nanda Maharaj? Can you explain
Yeah.
a bit?
Yeah. So we cannot capture the post of the Nanda Maharaj, but we should follow the Nanda Maharaj, footsteps of Nanda Maharaj in serving the Krishna. So like Nanda Maharaj engages him to go graze the cows, and also like Nanda Maharaj's daily schedule, whatever is there in the Nanda Gram, so in the Nanda Maharaj Mahal, so whatever daily schedule is there, so this devotee will follow. He will divide the whole day into the different hours. And in this hour, Nanda Maharaj is doing this. And he is serving Krishna like this. So like this, and also seasonal wise. In this days, he will serve like this. Next another season, in the summer season, he will serve like this. His schedule is like this. He will follow all the Nanda Maharaj schedule. And so he will follow Nanda Maharaj schedule, and so that he can become a parent of the Krishna, parental love he can give. But he cannot be a Nanda Maharaj. He follows.
Follows. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Prabhu.
Any questions from others? Simple. Today we discussed. So main point is Ragatmika Bhaktas, two types. Kamarupa, Sambandharupa. So Kamarupa Bhaktas, if you follow Kamarupa Bhaktas, then you are known as Kamanuga, Raganuga Bhaktas. And if you follow the Sambandharupa Bhaktas, then it is known as Sambandhanuga Raganuga Bhakti. Sambandharupa is three types. Once again, that is parental, so friendship and servitorship. So, like this. Okay. Any questions? Tomorrow we are going to, yes, Marichipu.
Jai Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
You see, obeisances, Prabhu. One of the questions in the Bhakti Shakti exam is the definition of Ragatmika, and I
Yes.
was a little confused what to answer on the exam. Sorry to ask you like that, no? Means like because I couldn't see even the word Ragatmika on the book, on the chapter 15. That's why we didn't know what to answer.
In this chapter 15, I made the changes. Wherever there is a Raganuga is there. So I already said in the class. So where
Yes,
in the book, so Raganuga is changed, then if you do that, then you'll understand. So that
Okay, we just changed for Ragatmika. It's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Yes. Okay. Any questions? Okay, thank you very much. Who is that? Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Pancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo cha pattanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.